Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday SitRep. As you can tell by the table sitting in front of us, we've got quite a nice selection of new releases as well as pre-orders. The V280 Valor, the CV90, those are this week's brand new pre-orders. That Valor is looking awesome.
Awesome.
But for more information on these, let's kick things over to the design room and hear a little bit more from our project managers about these awesome new pre-orders. All right, we're checking in at the desk of Mary Wilson, taking a look at the CV90 designed by ASAP Animation. We were just going over this model, and Mary, you're telling me there's going to be a lot of awesome printing on this, huh?
There's so many. Gosh, we should have counted it when we just went over. But there's so many different parts. So Slam did all of the artwork for this one, and Landon did the 2 minifigs. But just kind of going over where all the prints are going to be, like these 4 tiles in the front are going to be printed with detail, and there's going to be like a large hatch. There's license plate and a Norwegian flag on the front and on the back. On either side, you got some tactical chevrons, and they also name their vehicles. So this one's going to be a Valkyrie, and that's going to be printed on either side. We also have just like the normal tank number. That's going to be printed on either side of the turret. And then on the back, there's both of these are going to be full like 360 ammo crates.
Oh, cool! I love gear.
Yeah, and I saw the artwork for this. Like, it's so detailed. It's so incredible. And then we also have like 2. There's like special camo foliage. So I was really proud of all his gradients. It looks incredible. But they're like bed rolls back there. So it is chocked full of printed parts. But I mean, besides that, it's a beautiful tank.
Yes.
There's so many different so 2 minifigs fit in the top, and you can also like build a minifig into it as you go through. So you can have a driver there. So that's 1 hatch. There's 2 back here that you can open up and have access to.
Cool.
This part. So it also like opens up in the back, and this part actually like comes off pretty easily, so you can access the inside.
Nice.
So you also could you could fit a minifig in there, but he's laying down like you want to probably have him on display.
He's taking a nap, you know.
Yeah. So we said it was going to be for storage, but I mean, you're storing your awesome ammo crates on top of it.
Got to show off that printing.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, overall, it's really solid. It's fun. There's a lot of little movable parts, what is this, a crow's?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's gonna be like a flexible brick arms ammo chute.
The feed chutes.
Feed chute. Yeah.
Man,
so
that's
it's
cool.
just there's so much detail. Really, and it's really gonna look amazing once we have all the printed parts. I'm very excited to see this one. I spent a lot of time looking at the parts for making the instructions, so it's makes me even more excited, honestly. But yeah.
That is awesome. The CV90, I cannot wait to see the finished model. Here's a closer look at the prototype. You just got the rundown of the printing and some of the functions from Mary. Thank you so much for checking in. All right, we're checking in once again with Dan Siskin, taking a look at the V280 Valor. So not only is Brickmania super excited about this model, but so is Bell Aircraft. It's the continuation of Future War Month. Dan, what can you tell me a little bit about what we're looking at here?
Well, so the V280, it's Bell. It is designed to be a replacement not for the Osprey, but a replacement for the Blackhawk.
Oh, interesting.
So it is a tilt rotor aircraft. And I should also say that this model isn't mine. I've been working on it, but it's Jonah Padberg's model, the originator of Plane Bricks. He designed this. This is actually the second one he did for us. We had a little issue with scale, so we had to redo it. But Jonah spent a lot of time making this, and I'm helping with the instructions. But yeah, this is a future, potential future replacement for the Blackhawk. Where it's designed to take a squad of troops, like a 10 to 12 man unit, into a hostile area quickly, drop them off, and then return. And one of the major drawbacks or restrictions of the current the Blackhawks and other aircraft is for one, the speed, they're not very fast, and 2, the range. The idea of this aircraft is to increase both of those. So you have a longer range. With this probe on the front, it'll be air refuelable, and can go in at a much faster speed.
Yeah, right, it's quick.
Tilt forward, this thing can go almost double the speed of an ordinary helicopter.
Wow, that definitely sounds like future war right there.
Right, and it has one thing that the Osprey doesn't have. The Osprey say, why don't you just use the Osprey? Osprey doesn't have the side opening doors for rapid egress. It has the one ramp in the back. So the Army wanted one with side opening doors, which is kind of cool because you could basically, it just works the same way as the Black Hawk or the Huey in classic Vietnam times. You can have your troops quickly egress out of both sides of the aircraft. You could do it while it's hovering.
Speed unload, yeah.
You don't even have to land this thing. They can do it from the air, but you basically jump out of the open door or, and this is in hover mode, these would be tilted up. So.
Right. Very, very cool. So some of the features of the model, obviously, like you were saying, the engines do tilt and those side doors that we were showing off open, but there's going to be some cool printing on the interior, you were saying as well.
The interior, yeah, this thing is full of seats. So we copied what their test model, basically.
Right.
They have, right now they're flying one of these at full scale. It has seats in it for, I think they have it for 10 or 12 troops. And we've mimicked that. We actually are printing the seats. The pilot seats will have printed detail. There's a really cool printed console in here because it's all futuristic. This is, they're using cutting edge, and I think they teamed up with Lockheed Martin to actually get this totally like futuristic cockpit and all electronics and whatnot for inside the aircraft as well. So that's all replicated. The doors do open on the sides of the cockpit.
Okay.
The doors here, they open. They're posable. You can't slide them.
Right.
It's just like the way
keep it slim.
Just like the way our Black Hawks work. You just have to pull it off and you can pose it anywhere you want. The landing craft. The landing gear are retractable, easily retractable. The rotor mechanisms, I'm not going to go through the rotor tilting mechanism. That's
Fair.
That it does work. There's actually a little turn. There's a knob on the top. You turn it, and both props will slowly rotate up.
Oh, well done, Jonah. Well done.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just time consuming. It's kind of boring to watch, but it does work. You do have working, flaps and ailerons. The rudders the rudder vaders. They do work as well. They're posable.
Look at that V. That's such a cool design.
Right, and it's remarkably strong. It is, for considering all these angles in the model, it's remarkably well built. So kudos to Jonah for getting all these cool features in it. The only thing I added was the stand, and it's just a typical Brickmania aircraft.
Yeah, right.
So I did that so you could have it posed while it's flying. Otherwise, you have the rotors forward like this. The rotors will hit the ground
because they're pretty dang long. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to have them tilted up. But it's a very simple matter. If you want to take that off.
There you go. Well. It's now in swoosh mode.
Yeah, and because we have this cool little wall here, I don't have to worry about the props.
Yeah, you can actually set yours down. Yeah, that totally works. So like you were saying, this is still in development by Bell Aircraft, so the one that we're releasing now is going to be the test model, but that does leave us open to future versions.
Right, and the way that Jonah designed this, it would be very easy to put the ARM versions, because they have some static models that they bring to shows and stuff that show this thing all weaponed up. We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to put U.S. Army in it because it's not actually accepted by.
Right, you got to wait.
The Army is flying them. The Army, actual Army test pilots are flying this thing now, but it's not actually in Army service. So we didn't want to do that. I don't think Bell wanted us to jump the gun and suppose everything. But there are armed versions. There's mini guns. It's typical like same with the Black Hawk. You have a door gunner. This is the same, or waist gunner, whatever you want to call it. This has them as well.
So as should be true to future war, not only can you get excited about this pre-order available right now at brickmania.com, but there is more to come.
Absolutely.
The Bell 280 Valor. Dan, thanks for checking in.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so now we know a little bit more about what we're looking at. So let's get some glamour shots and
glamour shots.
Shots. Whatever. Let's enjoy the beauty of these.
Bring that thing forward. Check that. Historically accurate Brickmania ninjas with pilot
Every
helmets.
brick is printed tan. It's actually made out of yellow.
None of these facts are true. So the final production version, I actually have the minifigures finished up. They are being printed soon.
Very cool.
So
that's what we like to hear.
They will not be bright red. I can mostly guarantee that.
Okay, well, at least we have some assurances when it comes to that. I like this already because you can tell with some of the stuff they got going on in the back of it that it's going to have some cargo, which I think makes it cool.
Yeah.
Adds a little personality to the build. You can see the weapon system they have on the top of that teeny little turret is just
decked out up there.
Pretty awesome looking.
Yes.
So more Norwegian stuff to the lineup. Very, very advanced MBT and mix as well in the. Or I think it's more of like the Bradley almost kind of. Not necessarily a main battle tank. All right, now moving on to the V280 Valor. You guys might recognize this as looking similar to something else, but this is the new version.
This is the new version.
Yes. So Bell Aircraft is very, very excited about this model and the vehicle in general. It's a very, very advanced aircraft. As you can tell, it's significantly smaller than the Osprey, but it's got a lot of similar features. And the thing I think I like the most about it
Future Warfare Month is going to be interesting. It's like we're getting to see models that we would regularly absolutely not see in our standard lineup. So it's cool that now something like this is getting a chance to be part of your collection, maybe. So.
Well, and it does have some cool play features. So like we were talking about, it's got all the ailerons, etc. that work here. It's got some cool interior details. The door on the side here can open and get pinned back, etc. So that you've got some access to the interior there. And then I think it also has the opening pilot doors as well.
Well, of course, these engines, they rotate upwards.
Right, exactly, because you have to have.
Stay tuned for a future episode on that, because they didn't train us on how to do it.
That's true. I have no idea how to do it, and I don't just want to grab it and crank on it. So
this is
trust
still
me,
the prototype model, so we don't want to. It needs to be proofed for instructions, I think, still.
Exactly. Until we've got a little bit more.
We're not going to break it.
Yeah, we'd be in trouble for that. So take our word for it. It is really awesome, and it's got some cool features. So definitely one to load up on.
Comes with a stand, which is always a nice
Yes, got to have the
feature.
stand with this big of a model. Fun to display. Plus, you can kind of use that stand.
Oh yeah, it makes it so much easier to walk around with that thing.
That too.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, moving on to the new releases. Humvees make us happy, and we've got 2 of them.
Absolutely. Nice.
2 new releases. And then finally, we have the Bell 360 Invictus, because future war is future war, and this thing, well, it is the future of stealth attack helicopters.
That's highly futuristic looking. It's like a shark.
Yeah, how cool is that cockpit? I love how sleek it is. I love our missiles are tilted. I love how we've got external and internal missiles. The deployable weapon system, if you check that out, is super awesome. Just go back to the release video and Mary will show that bad boy off. Rotating turret in the front. A lot to love about this thing. Plus, you can have yours built before they're even in service, which is kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Be ready for the wave of the future. So there you have it. That is the lineup. 3 new releases, 2 new pre-orders. Also on our list here, we have the Perfect Caliber Brick Arms AK-12 and the Modern German Tanker version 2. So those are also included in this week's new releases.
That AK-12, do we got a picture of that up right now? It is pretty freaking awesome. Slam did a great job. That looks just like it does in real life. Those simulated spray paint lines, that's really tough to achieve with a digital printer. So
Sure.
You did a good job.
Awesome to see that in representation. Then obviously the Modern German Tanker V2, another one to add to the list of various figures that will help complete your digital instructions.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's just okay?
He's great. He's good.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, he turned out nice.
I was like, you heard it from the man himself. It's okay.
It's okay. No, it's good. I like it. Do you like it? You don't like it?
No, I think it's fine.
Nah. Fine.
I just didn't download the Leopard instructions. But if you did, make sure to go pick this up.
That's why we are releasing that figure.
That is why.
That's why.
Very popular tank, soon to be a very popular minifig, available on brickmania.com. That's all I got. Anything else you want to add?
Nothing.
We'll see you on Monday.